everyone, and welcome to Letty Does Playing Lone Wolf, The Huntress, Marked for Death, Part 3. I filmed parts 2, 3, and 4 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip you're watching marks the beginning of Part 3. If you haven't seen Part 2 yet, I suggest you go watch that first. You can find the link for that in this video's PeerTube description. And with that, let's get started. Put that away for now. Back to our progress notes. 231. You are soaked, and your boots squelch wetly with each step by the time you reach Silver Street and the famed Long Market. Here the road is full of the denizens of Toran, as well as travelers from all the far-flung corners of Magnamon. It is a lively crowd despite the foul weather, and you find yourself listening to conversations erupting around you. Two young daughters pleading with their mother to let them buy a sticky bun and complaining when she suggests they could share one. A sailor in high spirits, or perhaps drunk on spirits, singing a shanty at the top of his lungs. Two brothers driving a wagon laden with goods and pulled by a mule who are bickering about the proper length of time to churn butter. The crowd continues to thicken around a stage where there seems to be some kind of performance. You also notice a side street lined with shops. The street is labeled Clatterclop Lane. If you want to continue towards the stage, turn to 57. If you want to explore Clatterclop Lane, turn to 188. The note said Clatterclop Lane. Oh, I should have wrote that down in my note. Oh, there was no room. We'll go to Clatterclop Lane. Yeah. Shouts greet you as you enter Clatterclop Lane. Cries so loud they sing like passionate lovers. Fish! Fish fresh this morning! Cockles, mussels, and lobster too. Garments, every color of the rainbow, yarn for knitting and needle and thread for mending. Gifts for the young lady and honored mother alike. Pies, meat pies, fruit pies. I got maple mince pies and pork oh so savory. Thimbleberry, pumpkin, garlic gravy. From every direction, merchants call out their wares, enticing customers to their open doors. You are so distracted that you fail to notice a large horse-drawn carriage clattering towards you until it is nearly too late. The driver hardly slows, and you are forced to pull away and take refuge in an open doorway. You are still gathering your wits when a polite voice from behind you inquires if you have come to see the animals. You turn to see a small, fat man with tiny spectacles and a piggish face. His hair is meticulously coiffed, even though it sits like a mop atop his broad head. He is a shopkeeper, and it is his doorway you have stepped into. You look up to see the name of the store, Mart's Magical Menagerie. If you wish to enter this oddly named shop, turn to 6. Otherwise, you politely decline and can return to Silver Lane where people are still gathered around the stage. Turn to 57. The note also said, "Our fat friend." Is this who they're talking about? The shipments go to our fat friend, I think. Magical? Yeah, sure. Enter. Ooh. Should drink some more water. You follow Marth further into his shop, lit by the orange glow of lamplight, and soon the noise of the crowd and the rain is replaced by the cries and screeches of many strange creatures. Cages fill this space, stacked on top of each other or hanging from hooks in the ceiling. All manner of odd beasts fill them. Some crawl on multiple hairy legs. Others swivel reptilian heads on long necks. On a large perch sits something that looks like a cross between a miniature dragon and an insect, no bigger than a house cat, with 4 gossamer wings and a long tail that ends in a vicious stinger. Marth catches you staring and sighs. "Beautiful, isn't she?" "Elsala is a special one. As far as I know, the only one of her kind in all of northern Magnamon." The dragonish thing lifts her head and looks at you with 4 insectoid eyes, then screeches, revealing tiny fangs. You decide you are thankful for the short leather leash which holds her to her perch. "And this?" Marth continues, ushering you over to a large tank filled with water. "This I just got in, special last week." You peer into the glass and see what looks to be a large living heart with fins. "Miniature bloodlung, caught off the coast of Vasagonia," Marth says proudly, taking a glass jar, wiggling with live shrimp, and dropping several into the water. You watch the bloodlung propel towards them, sucking them into a grotesque maw, its bright red body pulsing as it moves through the water. The merchant watches the spectacle with obvious glee. If you wish to ask Marth about Valeska, turn to 197. If not, then there is nothing here for you in this strange shop. You can return to the street and continue your search by turning to 205. Obviously, I'm going to ask. "I'm actually in the market for information," you say. "I'm looking for someone by the name of Valeska. He's a procurer of certain unusual goods. Do you know of this man?" Marth is clearly disappointed that you are not interested in his animals. He pulls a black cloth over the tank with the bloodlung, blocking it from your sight like a performer closing the curtains on his show. "I remember the name of every single one of my customers," he says. that name is not among them. And if you are not here to make a purchase, then I must ask you to move on. If you bear the mark of the Agarashi, turn immediately to 78. Or if you have the knowledge of the manifest, you can instead choose to turn to 41. Otherwise, exit the shop and return to your search by turning to 205. I do have the mark of the Agarashi. So
He's lying. He knows Vesca Man big time.
startled, you look to your left where there is a cage no taller than a sword's length, secured with a large iron lock. Inside is what would at first appear to be a mouse, except for the fact that it is standing on two legs, wearing a tiny, dirty jerkin, and impossibly speaking to you. It wraps tiny hands around the bars of the cage and presses its face close, whiskers twitching.
You be understanding Nudnik, Lady Scar? That's good. We can be helping each other.
You look behind you, but the shopkeep seems to be unable to hear anything being said. He appears to be engrossed in petting the dragon-like creature attached to the perch. Marth coos to it softly as he pulls a live cockroach from a pocket of his trousers. When he wiggles the insect above the perch, the thing snaps it out of his fingers greedily.
You ask about Valeska, huh?
The creature, which calls itself a Nudnik, goes on.
Big time bad man. Catch Nuki and her two friends like rats. But let Nuki out of her cage and we take you to him.
If you have the Thieves' Touch and Thieves' Lockpicks and wish to use them, turn to 202. If you have a potion of concentrated acid and wish to use it, turn to 94. If you have a cat's eye gemstone and wish to purchase the Nudnik, turn to 83. If you have none, you cannot help this little creature, but you can confront Marth with this new information. Turn to 41. You see, I should have taken whatever was in that vial from the ship. Maybe it was concentrated acid. Maybe it wasn't. I could have thrown it and found out. I guess I can't help the Nudnik, though. That's so sad. Actually, you say, I think you do know Valeska. In fact, you are waiting to receive shipments from him off the Enlightenment. You lean close to Marth. In exchange for telling me where he is, I won't mention to the authorities that you work with a smuggler to bring these animals into Turan. Pick a number from the random number table. If you have the mark of the Agarashi, add 1. If you have the art of wordcraft, add 2. If the result is 4 or higher, turn to 111. If the result is 3 or lower, turn to 72. So my result was 2. However, I do have the Mark of the Agarashi, which means it's 3. And I do have Wordcraft, which means it's 5. Which means I'm good. Marth holds up under your steely gaze for a few seconds. Then his will sags along with his jowls. All right, he whines. Last I saw him, he was at this showroom. He had the most wondrous creature there, a fully trained Elix from Vasagonia. Beautiful fur, different coloration than the ones you see in the wildlands. Fiercer too. Of course, not as fierce as my little Elsie. He puckers his lips and makes kissing sounds at the winged beast. Where is the showroom? You interrupt. The shanties. Marth's face betrays his disgust. He insists it's the safest place from the authorities, but still, it's degrading and bad for my reputation whenever I go to visit. Have to go visit. Why, if anyone knew! Marth continues to rant, but you are hardly listening. Your mind is on the shanties, a collection of tents and rough-tumble shacks clinging to the river Tor. It is a place for the truly destitute, for criminals shunned even by other criminals. You can't miss Valeska's hideout. Marth finishes, and any pretense of pleasantness is gone. It's one of the only buildings built from actual stone. Just follow the river and look for the bangrol painted on its side. A foreigner like you might call it a sea eagle. Now, if you have gotten what you wanted, go away. You smile and give a bow. I'll tell all my friends about your shop, you say, leaving Marth wondering if that was a jest or a threat. Turn to 146. Your journey takes you beyond the city walls and along the bridge that spans the river Tor. Here is a different city, one of tents and shacks, so many that you cannot count all of them. Despite the heavy winds, the citizens of the shanties have managed to keep large fires burning here and there. You navigate towards them like a ship towards a lighthouse, though this is a harbor you would prefer not to sail into. Aside from those forced to live there as punishment for their crimes, the shanties are a destination avoided by all but the most desperate or dangerous. You wonder which best describes you. Plunging into the shanties is like entering another world. Everywhere are signs of sickness. Bodies lay inside flimsy tents, and it is not easy to tell which are sleeping and which are corpses. People shamble past you, staring blankly ahead, or simply rock back and forth in place, staring open-mouthed at the stormy sky. At one point, you pass a conglomeration of tents that have caught fire. People in stained clothes huddle around it for warmth and cook dubious husks of meat over the flames. A group of dirty children make a game of jumping in and out of mud puddles in your path, their faces ruddy in the firelight. Their game is accompanied by an odd rhyme. Run and run, you cannot hide. Close the doors and stay inside. From the shadows he'll pass all locks. No one is safe where the tall man walks. During your journey, you may use your healer's kit if you have one. Turn to 116. Okay. I don't feel there's much information to gain from that. I can use my healer's kit, and I probably should. I can use multiple charges at once. I have 10 still. I should use 4. So let's get this back up to 25. And let's change this to a 6. $116. The storm obscures stars and moon alike as you travel further into the shanties, keeping close to the river, seeking the building with a big diving bird painted on its side. Your only guide is a hazy orb glowing in the direction of Toron. You know it is the Tower of the Brotherhood of the Crystal Star, glowing with the power of the magic contained there. It shines like a lone warrior against the storm, holding out until dawn. Only this dawn will bring horror instead of relief if you fail your hunt. To your right, the River Tor stretches out like a long, black chasm. Old rotten docks and boathouses cling to its shores like flotsam. From one of the boathouses comes a strange green glow. Running down to it is a broken stone path. If you have the mark of the Agarashi, turn to 222. Otherwise, you can investigate the boathouse by turning to 93, or you can hurry on, turn to 17. I have the mark, so it's 222. Have mark. Otherwise, you can investigate the boathouse. I feel like I have to pick that one. Or you can hurry on. So I feel like I can pick the first one or the last one, but from the wording, I don't think I can pick the middle one because I do have the mark of the Agarashi. Stone path. What was that clue thing? He's under Toron beyond the wheels. The wheels. Boats don't have wheels. I don't know what that means. Unless it's like a carriage or something. Carriages have wheels. In any case, 222. Whispers drift to you, coming up from the boathouse. They should be impossible to hear over the storm, but the susurration of the rain drifts away until only the voices are left. It is a chant which chills your bones. 3 sentences repeated over and over. Find Valeska. Kill Valeska. Take the vessel. Your scar once again begins to itch madly. Now you can investigate the boathouse by turning to 93, or you can hurry on by turning to 17. Whispers drift to you, coming from the boathouse. Okay. I need to remember that the Mark of the Agarashi isn't necessarily trying to help me. I think it's just something that I can do. Like, I'm still cursed, right? If it's telling me that voices are coming from the boathouse and the voices are saying, find Valeska, kill Valeska, take the vessel. Maybe I shouldn't go to the boathouse? Maybe I should move on? That sounds like a trap. I'm just going to move on. I'm not listening to the bad demon. Maybe I'll find something useful in the boathouse. No, stop it. Don't listen. That's a trap. That sounds like a trap. Don't fall for the trap. What are you doing? The storm increases in intensity, pounding down as if it wishes to drown you. When you spot a large willow tree, the only sign of green you have seen in the shanties, you decide to take a moment's respite and hunker down underneath its drooping branches gratefully. Getting spin on again, a nearby voice says. Leaning to look around the tree trunk, you see an old, brown-skinned man in rust-colored robes. He is sitting cross-legged, head down. When you're poor, you always get spit on by someone, the old man continues. May as well be the gods. In front of the man is a simple samor board set upon a wicker mat. The pieces are set up as if he has been playing someone, the white army well entrenched with the red one. The reds are powerful, strong tonight, the old man says, scratching at his scraggly beard. He takes one of the red pieces and knocks aside a white pawn. They have a mind to win the game right now, here and now. He knocks another aside and another until only the red pieces remain. But look, in their haste, there forgot the hunter. So saying, he hovers a single white piece above the board, but before he places it, the old man turns and winks at you, and you are taken aback by the bright green of his eyes, aglow like a fox's at night. You decide where she goes, he says, and presses the piece into your hand. You look down to see it is the queen. The old man whispers in your ear, Valeska is just ahead. Alarmed, you looked up, but the man is gone, along with the board and the map. You would think you had dreamed it, if not for the queen held in your hand. Add the Samor Queen as a special item to your action chart. Turn to 38. Okay. Hi, sweetie pie. Let me add that to my special items. Sure. Okay. Let's go to 38. Continuing to travel the river's edge, you see, looming up out of the darkness, a sagging old warehouse with only half a roof left. Upon one wall is a faded mural of a diving sea hawk, talons extended for the kill. You breathe a sigh of relief, for you have found Valeska's hideout. You step carefully through the dilapidated doorway underneath the giant hawk, your boots crunching on old debris and rotted wood. Rivulets of water run off broken pieces of roofing to fall like miniature waterfalls all around you. The shapes of scattered shelves and crates loom in the dark like trolls in a child's nightmare. It takes you a long search through the debris before you find a wooden trapdoor embedded in the floor, held fast by a heavy padlock. If you have a black key, turn to 131. If you have the Thieves' Touch and Thieves' Lockpicks and wish to use them, turn to 228. If you have a potion of concentrated acid and wish to use it, turn to 192. If you have none of the above, you will have to smash apart the trapdoor, turn to 88. You can be right here. I don't have any of those things, but I have an axe, don't I? Or, oh, but I don't have, like, the special thing that goes with the axe. So, I guess I just have to go to 88. Girl. Here. Oh. Oh. I love you too. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. 88. With no other option, you have to smash the trapdoor apart. The effort costs you a loss of 4 endurance points. If you have a crowbar, reduce this to a loss of 2 endurance points. If you have an axe wielded two-handed and Salazans, then you can reduce the loss to 1 endurance point. Sweat runs down your rain-soaked brow as you rip apart the last vestiges of the door, revealing a staircase. You are certain that anyone below heard the immense amount of noise you made, and so you waste no time. If Valeska has another way out of this hideout, and a smuggler always has another way, then you do not want him escaping down it. Descending the stairs takes you to a stone basement lit by greasy lanterns. The room is a maze of shelves, stacked crates and chests, each labeled with its ill-gotten goods. Fruits from far off Desai, Wanlo from Midnight, Scrimshaw from Kalti. You are wandering these stacks when you hear a sound like steam spitting from a hot kettle. You look up to the rafters to see baleful yellow-green eyes staring down at you. They belong to an Elix, a deadly agarashi with a taste for human flesh. Below the Elix, you catch sight of a man fleeing down another corridor of boxes. He is middle-aged and not unattractive, with streaks of gray powdering the edges of his swept-back hair. He drops a red book behind him in his haste and stops to reach out for it with a 3-fingered hand. "Valeska!" you shout. "Wait!" At this, the smuggler gives up on the red book and bolts. You are about to give chase, but the Elix drops down in front of you, blocking your path. Trained Elix, Endurance 38. This marks the beginning of combat. All the following sections count as part of this single combat. Choose which weapons you are wielding, apply any poisons, and remember you cannot change your weapons unless told so by the text, nor can you use potions until combat is ended, except for a potion of Alether, which you can drink now, and whose effects last until combat is over. The Elix is immune to skin crawler poison and resistant to Geffen poison. It only activates on a 0, but is not immune to Viper's bite. Keep track of the Elix's endurance. If at any point you reduce the Elix to 0 endurance, turn immediately to 18. Make note of this on your action chart. If you have no weapon, turn to 153. Otherwise, pick a number from the random number table. If you have the Art of Exceptional Awareness, add 3 to this number. If the total is 0 to 2, turn to 230. If the total is 3 to 7, turn to 149. If the total is 8 or higher, turn to 212. And this is the photo, and look, it's Cecilia! Hi! Well, now she's gone. Now she's gone. It's my little kitty. It looks just like her. Cecilia, look. Come here. Let me show you.
Mira! Look! It's you! That looks just like you. Rare.
Look, that's you in the morning, huh? Right there. Silly girl. Okay, there's a lot here. So let's just rewind a bit. I don't want to miss anything.
Okay. Yes, I love you. I wanted to show you.
Oops. I'm going to lose everything. So, firstly, let's lose endurance. I do not have Salazans, even though I have an axe, but I do have a crowbar, so I lose 2 endurance. So we will do -2 for the door. I'll change it in a second. Then let me update that first. So, trained Elix. Oh, I forgot the section we were on. This is the Elix. It has 38. I have 23. Let's see. Okay. So I don't get a punishment if I fight barehanded. Do I need to kill this? It looks just like my daughter. Now, it said I can use 2 weapons. Can I use 1 weapon in each hand and my whip? Wouldn't that be fun? Used with weapons. Replace damage once per combat with a random number. So I think I'm going to do the sword and the whip. Sword in one hand, whip in the other. I think that makes sense, maybe. I will write sword and whip. I'll go back to check what that was. Okay, now then. It didn't tell me what the combat ratio is. It says if at any point I reduce it to 0, turn to 18. And then it says otherwise. Choose your weapons. Okay, if you have no weapon, otherwise pick a random number table. Random number table. I do not. Okay. Let's see. That's a 2! Ah! Okay. That's not good. Sure. That means I need to go to 230. Let's see what happens now. Okay, so I filmed parts 2, 3, and 4 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the end of part 3. Stay tuned for part 4. That's all I got for you for now. Get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!